Today I'll be showing you how to recreate some classic transitions in CapCut like this, like this, and like this. For the more experienced CapCut users, you'll know that CapCut has a 5-second limit on the transitions that you can use. This shows you how to recreate these transitions manually and to have complete control over exactly how they happen, when they happen, and how long they happen for. Here we go. The first classic transition that we're going to try is the fade in, and we first want to create a project. There are several ways we can name the project. We can do this in the menu, or I like to just double click up here and call this fade. Now, to import your media, you can click on the media option there and choose the transition, the videos you want. You can click on import, or you can drag and drop them in to the media file here. So we're first going to drag down clip number 1 that we want, which is just a simple clip of me walking down the road. And let's say we're going to zoom in here with this slider here with the plus minus. This will zoom us in as we want to be able to see how many seconds this is going to take, because your normal CapCut transitions only allow for up to 5 seconds for a transition. With this method, you can use as many seconds as you like, or you can even look to the exact part of your video that you want to transition to. So let's say I want to transition right at this point where the dog comes into frame. We can use the arrow key to go right back frame by frame until the dog is just out of the frame here. Now we're going to drag and drop onto a track above, another little walk in Tesco's. However, what we need to do here is we're going to go to blend, we're going to add a keyframe, and the drop down will show you the opacity. Now let's say we want that to finish at 9 seconds. We add another keyframe there. Now if we go back to the first keyframe, we can now turn the opacity right down. So and there we go. We have a crossfade into me walking into Tesco's. Nice and simple. Now, the beauty of doing it this way is, let's say I decide later that that's the point that I want it to go into full fade. Just click on the key point of this little diamond here. We can drag it to wherever we now want. So, as we can see, the Tesco's. There we go. So, this is how we create the normal fade in transition. It's the most common transition used, but as shown here, we can even take it up to set to 15 seconds. So we're going way past the 5 seconds that CapCut normally allows. Crossfading, 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 and completely the other clip. Okay, for our second transition, we're going to do the classic screen swipe. So we're going to yet again create the project, go up to this top panel here, click, and we're going to name this one swipe. click to take your videos in. Okay, open. And yet again, we're going to put me walking down the road, and we're going to get to the same point again where the dog comes into the screen, and now we're going to go forward frame by frame until the dog appears. There he is. Drag and drop the footage that we want to swipe to on the top. Now on this top footage, we're going to zoom in quite a lot here. We're going to go to this top right panel and go to mask. Click on add mask, and we want the split one. As you can see, this starts off going horizontally, but we don't want that. We want it vertically. Now you can choose to come in from the right to the left. I'm going to go from the left to the right just because it follows the pattern of where the dog's moving from. So if this little circle with the arrows on, click on that and you can rotate it around. And as you can see at the top of my viewer pane, it's showing me the number of degrees, and we want it at 90 degrees. That's quite a harsh thing. So this little arrow, if we drag that, it feathers the transition. And now we drag it down. This x-axis, we're going to go minus 2000, because that should take the we need a bit more than that, to 200. There we go. A little bit more again, because that feathering is still seen just slightly on the edge there. The y-axis doesn't matter. I like to keep it at 0. Then we need to click to add a keyframe. And let's say I want that to transition up to 9 seconds again. Here we want the positive of what we've put into 2400. Now if we watch, there we go, it's swiping in ahead of the dog. We can move that up so that, there we go, so it's a little bit slower and so on. We can move it down so it's really quick, very fast swipe. Ready? You can choose exactly how long and exactly which point in your video you want that to go to. And if we rotate that there, what we're going to do is we're going to change this to plus 2400, and that one to minus 2400. I don't know what that's doing there, so we'll delete it. You can have all sorts of funky effects because we've also altered the rotation. See the rotation, 90 degrees, minus 90 degrees. And for our last transition of today, we are going to use the spin in transition. Like I say, this is going to be showing you how to do this manually, so you can change the time yourself rather than using the normal transitions in CapCut. Going to create project. In the tab up here, we're going to name this one spin. Click here to put our files in. I'm going to put my little stroll down the road down here. Zoom in a little so that we know where we are, and it'll be somewhere around about here. There we go, that the dog is crossing the road. So we want to line this up just before the dog crosses the road. I'm taking the audio down there because you don't want to hear me say good morning, bud, to that guy again. Drop our second footage in here and making sure this footage is selected. We're going to add a keyframe on the transform. You can see the little blue part of the diamond sticking out there. Scale it right down. We're going to rotate minus 360 degrees. So that gives it a full spin before it comes back to 0. We're going to go to 10 seconds here. And we're going to bring this up to 100%. Now, we could put this to 360 to 0 degrees and just have it one spin, but instead I'm just going to take the minus off so that we get 2 spins. And as you can see, it's already placed the keyframe there. You can see by the little diamond. And if we watch now, that I think is a little slow. So we can bring it back like that, and voila. If you wanted another spin, you can actually go to let's go back to the keyframe, make sure that we're actually clicking on the keyframe to get on that keyframe. 720. That should be 3 full spins ready. And if we wanted to add another spin on, we can even go back there and add 720 there. So now we should get 4 spins. Superb. We could end it there, but we're not going to. What we're going to do now is we're going to go back to the location of this keyframe on that, the car park one, and we're going to select me having a stroll, and we're going to change this to 720 at this point. I'm going to set a keyframe there. We're going to go back a few seconds. So let's have a look where that keyframe is along here. We're just going to zoom in a little more. I'm going to move that to 9 seconds because I like round numbers. So 9 seconds in, and we're going to go back to this clip here, and we're going to go back to there, so 3 seconds back. We're going to add another keyframe. We're going to go minus 720 on that one. Click back forwards to this keyframe and go down. So what we should get now is this first video spins out and the next video spins in. Ready? And if you wanted to change this up a bit, what you can do is we can go minus 720 there and plus 720 here. So it should spin in one way and out the other. Like spin out one way and back in the other. But I think that's actually a little bit long. So we're going to bring this up to about a second. I'm going to bring this down to about a second, and here we go. So and there you have how to spin in and spin out, and you can have fun with that. I hope you found this video interesting, useful, instructional. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments or send me a message. I'll try my best to either create any videos that you want or to answer any questions that you may have. And I hope you all have a great day.